Hello and welcome to PACTV Community News.
This week on PACTV Community News, you'll meet some hikers from Kingston with a global goal.
It's kind of like a bucket list item that, someone dreams of doing, and not a lot of people actually do it.
And then we'll hop over to Pembroke's annual Easter egg hunt.
And the town has grown, the interest has grown, and so has the stuffing.
PACTV Community News presents an in-depth look at North Plymouth.
It has the best of everything, but it's still very quiet. It just has a feeling that there's going to be a lot more going on here.
And takes in Duxbury's Blooms of the Art Complex Museum.
We choose a selection of pieces of art, and members decide which ones they want to interpret with a floral interpretation.
We'll travel to Boston, where local residents participated in the Citizens Legislation Seminar.
I would absolutely recommend it to anyone who's interested in the process of state government.
Our arts and entertainment segment is on location with a story about the Plymouth Philharmonic Concert.
We're trying to instill in them a genuine passion for music that they can have their entire life.
And Town Talk comes from Pembroke. It's all coming up on PACTV Community News. The Duxbury Art Association and the Community Garden Club teamed up this month to present their annual Blooms at the Duxbury Art Complex Museum. PACTV Community News visited the opening day to take a closer look.
Blooms at the Complex is an annual event that is a joint venture between the Duxbury Art Association and the Community Garden Club of Duxbury. Each year we choose a selection of pieces of art, and members decide which ones they want to interpret with a floral interpretation. And this is the one that I chose. It's called Nest Intention by Eileen Casey, and I was drawn to it because of the beautiful textures, the swirl, and the complexity of it. This is really what we do every year. This year we have 17 members, and some of them are veterans at this, and they've done this many times before. But quite a few of the interpretations this year are by novice and actually new members of the club. So we're really very, very excited about having the community see our work. And this fulfills one of the main missions of the Community Garden Club of Duxbury, which is to bring beauty to our community and to help educate the community as to everything plant and flower and green. So this is one of the highlights of our year.
Part of what we do is we do floral arranging, and I happen to be the floral arranging chairperson. I've done one arrangement at the MFA, and I've participated in this event for many years. I am an interior designer, and so what I love about floral arranging is it's a three-dimensional sculptural object, and I address it that way using design concepts from art. This piece is lovely, and the intricacy of it reminded me of the materials in the woods that I see every morning when I walk with my dog. And the lichen emanated the detail and the shapes and somewhat the color. And then I used the orchids in my arrangement to emanate the shapes of the fish, which are just so incredible. I just loved this piece, and it excited and inspired me to create this.
Well, I'm here to hopefully add some floral beauty to this beautiful show. This is some of the finest art and one of the best shows I've ever seen. And I've created an arrangement that hopefully will interpret a photograph here. So I'm here because I am an active member of the Community Garden Club of Duxbury, and it's an organization of very creative women, and we have, I think, done ourselves proud, and I hope a lot of people come to see this. We even have goldfish, so it's a challenge. You come in and choose something you want to interpret, and then you go home and think, I should have done something else. But I've done this 3 or 4 times now. And one of the nice things about it is that this is not judged. Many flower shows are judged. This is just creative interpretation, and you can have as much fun as you want, not have to worry about it being perfect. One of the wonderful things about this show is that we get new members of the club who maybe have never done an arrangement that they were going to display publicly. We get them to come and try their hand. The idea probably was born after people went up to the Museum of Fine Arts, where they have this elaborate show, women from various garden clubs doing arrangements for some of the fine art there. We have fine art here, so this to me is a good way to get people in this building.
Physical activity helps our minds, bodies, and spirits. Several Kingston residents plan to take this concept to another level. No, they're not going just to walk the local town trails or even the mountains of New Hampshire. The group is planning a trip to Africa, and PACTV Community News caught up with them on a walking trail in Kingston for a rundown.
I'm the founder of Climbing for a Cause, founded last year. It's a nonprofit organization designed to raise money for charities through unique fundraising expeditions and traditional smaller fundraising events. Our inaugural expedition is Kili Climb. It's a 2-week expedition to Tanzania and Africa. We'll be attempting a summit of Mount Kilimanjaro, which is the world's tallest freestanding mountain.
My name is Mark Waitkus. I'm part of the expedition team. For me personally, I'm excited about making the trek up Kilimanjaro. It's kind of like a bucket list item that someone dreams of doing. Not a lot of people actually do it. I have some personal attachments to this project. One of our beneficiaries is ALS TDI, and ALS has touched my family personally. My father-in-law passed away from ALS a number of years ago. But I'm also chairman of the Board of Trustees for the Plymouth Coalition for the Homeless, and so I'm going as a representative of a beneficiary. So that makes it even more worthwhile for me to be able to be part of another charity raising funds for a charity that I'm already part of, and I've been a part of for a long time. I've been pretty much a lifelong hiker and camper, so I really enjoy doing this kind of thing, and the camaraderie that's developing with all the climbers is something that's really fun to be a part of. We're still looking for more climbers, so if there's interested people that want to be involved, want to come on the expedition, want to make a contribution, we certainly like to have you on board.
So in terms of the expedition itself, as I mentioned, it's about 11 days on the mountain. It's 2 days out, 2 days back, so in total it's about 2 weeks. I think what's interesting about what we're doing is that it is an extremely challenging event, and it all culminates in sort of this one night where 2 years of what we're doing is basically it's hit or miss. We get one shot at it, and I think that's really unique. I think it's going to be a phenomenal experience, and we're looking forward to that. We think that what we're doing is, as Mark said, is a bucket list item for a lot of people. Our story and what the journey we're taking, I think, is going to resonate with people, and we are looking for additional hikers to come and raise money with us and join us on our expedition. And to the extent that someone listening is interested, I'd encourage them strongly to reach out to me or to anyone else on the team.
Pembroke celebrated this Easter season with its annual town Easter egg hunt. Many delighted Pembroke youngsters took part, and PACTV Community News was there to share all the excitement with you.
This is the 13th annual Easter egg hunt put on by the Pembroke Recreation Commission. This year we stuffed 19,412 eggs filled with candy.
Oh, it's about the children and fun and just the enjoyment of Easter.
I see. Thank you. Thank you. Taking your picture. Hi.
2-minute warning. 2-minute warning. And it's over in the blink of an eye.
And why do you do this?
Something to give back to the community. Started off as a very small event. The first year was 2,000 and we did 3,000 eggs. And the town has grown, the interest has grown, and so has the stuffing.
Huh? Plymouth has the largest land area of any municipality in Massachusetts and consists of several neighborhoods and geographical sections. Tonight, PACTV Community News explores North Plymouth, an area known for its cultural and quaint downtown and the ever-expanding Cordage Park. With many new developments anticipated, we spoke with a few North Plymouth community leaders to learn more.
My name is Dennis Hanks. I'm the Executive Director of the Plymouth Area Chamber of Commerce and also the Economic Development Director for the town of Plymouth as well. It's great to be here at Cordage and talk about all the exciting things that are happening from Cordage Park and for the town of Plymouth as well. Many things are growing off from what's happening now. You'll see this is going to be a catalyst for many more developments in the area as it moves forward.
Hi, I'm Dottie McDonald and this is Tricia Ford. We're realtors in Plymouth. We're at Lighthouse Point today in North Plymouth.
One of the great things about being in North Plymouth and one of the why we're so excited to be here is because of the more you're here, the more you get into what is here and what's coming here and the excitement of it all.
North Plymouth Center, if you've never seen it, is not exactly Nantucket. We don't pretend to be. But it's very handy. It has one of every store you could possibly want, all in walking distance between one and the other.
It's a great area. You're not miles from nowhere. You're right here, and yet you feel miles from nowhere.
When my younger daughter moved to Kingston, she started looking for a place. She was on a campaign to get us to buy a house close by her. And being an architect herself, she screened a lot of properties for us, and Lighthouse Point was one of the ones that she found. Not knowing Plymouth that well, I didn't know we were looking in North Plymouth at the time, but I find it very attractive. It's a very nice, peaceful, quiet area. All of the areas, there's an interesting mix of nationalities and cultures that kind of make for a much more interesting interaction when you go about and do your daily business. It's a little more low-key than some of the other South Shore areas that we looked at.
So moving forward, I think there'll be a lot of additional connections from Cordage to the historic district, downtown Plymouth, many of the tourist connections, resident connections, and other things as far as transportation moving forward.
The bike path that goes into North Plymouth from here is also being extended into Cordage Park. It's going to go closer to the water so you can be able to walk along the water.
Right now, we're looking forward to expanding the bicycle path. Cordage Park, where we're situated right now, has agreed to build or develop a boardwalk along its waterfront, which is about 1/2 or 3/4 of a mile long, and therefore our trail will go from the Kingston line all the way along the Plymouth waterfront up to Little Pond, which is about 7 or 8 miles, and you can do the whole thing in one breath, more or less.
Cordage in itself has a number of different things working for it. When you look at the marina facilities, it currently has about 50 slips. That'll probably expand over time to about 150, 200.
We're within walking distance of downtown Plymouth. You have all kinds of shops, restaurants. You can walk up through Brewster Park down to the marina, have dinner there. Come back up here, go over to Cordage Park. there's a commuter rail, you're within minutes of the major highways, there's accessibility. Yet you're in a very small town feeling, a great sense of community here.
We're seeing the area change and develop a little bit. We're kind of excited to see what kind of development moves into this area.
You see more and more growing as far as the colleges that are here, some of the medical facilities and other things, but we've got some really great announcements that are coming through this year as well with the Summit Smith Medical Facility that's coming in. It's over 75,000 square feet of medical office space, radiology departments and imaging services here. That's probably set to be kicking off sometime around June of this year in 2013. It'll have 200 new jobs located in the facility here, but it really starts to add to what's been happening throughout this region on the healthcare industry and what's been growing more and more as we see our population aging and more need for services, more and more medical facilities are coming in. And we've got 3 now in Plymouth that are proposed with the Summit Smith, so we're going to continue to see growth in the medical industry. One additional thing that I think is really an important factor of all the developments happening here at Cottage is the entrance and the infrastructure that's needed both from Route 3A all the way into the site here. You're going to see some major improvements to the access to the facility with a major boulevard that's coming in from the lights at 3A.
The commuter rail runs all the way to Cottage Park in Plymouth, and I can come all the way from Washington, D.C. and be like less than a mile to my house.
Commuter rail is a great thing to the area. It helps move people back and forth to Boston. We see that about 50% of the workforce here travels to Boston now to go to work. We're hoping that as these different industries continue to grow, we're going to see more and more people that are working locally, cutting down on that commute time and traveling to Boston every day and working locally here. So
you have everything right here at your fingertips. It's a great place to live. We're very excited to see everything that's coming.
It has the best of everything, but it's still very quiet. It just has a feeling that there's going to be a lot more going on here, and it's fun to be a part of it.
Massachusetts residents take over the State House every spring and fall as part of the Citizens Legislative Seminar. This hands-on experience allows citizens from across the Commonwealth a chance to learn about the state's legislative process and how it works. During this 2-day event, participants meet and discuss upcoming legislation with key politicians. PACTV Community News caught up with Massachusetts Senate President Therese Murray and some local residents who participated in the recent spring session.
All members and guests will rise. Well, this was the 70th class of the Citizens Legislative Seminar. It was started by Senate President Kevin Harrington many years ago. We have it twice a year. We have it spring and fall. Good morning, but that's not necessary. That's not an imperial court. And what it does is let you meet all the people who chair the committees, particularly the big ones.
I was thrilled to participate in the 70th Citizens Legislative Seminar. I was particularly interested in the differences between the federal government, which we hear a lot about, and the state government, which probably impacts us more directly, but doesn't necessarily make the front page as often.
I mean, I personally came because I'm on the Plymouth School Committee, and I thought it'd be a great thing for us because there are so many pieces of legislation that affect education, and they come directly down to us. And you learn the legislative process. You get to hear a bill in committee and vote on that and debate it, and then you come to the floor of the Senate and debate and amend the bill here. For the first day, we learned everything from history to process, and we met some representatives and some senators, and it was really nice to be able to have that dialogue that was open and unended, and there wasn't any kind of there wasn't any filter on the conversation. It was all very open, so you could find out how they felt about different things and what pieces of legislation, how it worked, and what things that they found frustrating and things that they wanted to work to change.
From the outside and reading the paper, it's easy to feel like things happen very slowly, but when you're in the midst of it, the committee debates and the actual work on the Senate floor in the chamber feels very fast. It's like happening, and you're calling for an aide and staff people to give you, what was that about? What is a yes vote a no, or is a no vote a yes?
if you pass the amendment that strikes the section, the later amendment no longer exists because you're amending something that doesn't exist.
It's very clear that they do care very much about their constituents, the Commonwealth, about the laws that they are considering, about the ramifications to people now and in the future. And also they care obviously very much about the history and the institutions that they are currently a part of.
They're taking it seriously.
Taking it seriously, everybody's taking it seriously, everybody's ready to defend their vote.
We're well into the second day here, and we've had some committee debates and hearings on actual bills. We just took the role of senators in the Senate chamber where we are now, and were able to amend and engross a bill. It was fantastic.
Respectfully, my concern about eliminating Section 6 is that while maybe a small amount of money, as my fellow senators have indicated,
Another participant who's also playing the part of a senator and I put forward an amendment that was passed, which is exciting.
We invite everybody, anyone who wants to, they can go to their senator, ask to participate, and send their names up to us. We can take a little over 40 people a semester.
I would absolutely recommend it to anyone who's interested in the process of state government. I think it's a wonderful learning opportunity.
Thank you for your involvement. This is, I think, the biggest class we've had in a long time, and I hope you enjoyed your time.
Well, we're here backstage now at the Philharmonic's concert, The French Connection, and we're here with Stephen Karadianis this afternoon. He's just about to have a pre-concert talk, but he was kind enough to take a few minutes to speak with us about this amazing concert, combining the Bays Orchestra from Social Conservatory with the Philharmonic Orchestra.
Well, this is still a pre-concert talk, so this is okay. So I'm warming up for my own pre-concert talk. This is great.
That's great.
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity. Yeah, this is a special night for us in terms of having side by side the professional musicians of the Plymouth Philharmonic with the Bay Youth Symphony members. It's actually something we look forward to. Most of the orchestra membership are educators. So they're actually wired for this. They love having the students nearby. Based on last night's dress rehearsal, the kids were really wide-eyed about just being next to this professional orchestra.
I bet
Very
they were.
exciting.
That must
Very
have been
exciting.
so fun.
We're not trying to make these students professionals. We're trying to instill in them a genuine passion for music that they can have their entire life. Whatever they do for music, for work or for family, they can still have music for themselves. So that's the goal for this. Not to make professional musicians out of them, but to set them up for a journey of music through their life.
And it's exciting for them to be able to experience this live because, of course, French composers to a young student could be very intimidating, and to have this experience where they are so accessible on the floor, on the concert floor here, what a great opportunity for them.
And for all of us, it's, I mean, as you know, I conduct other youth orchestras, and working with professionals is a joy and a privilege, by the way. But when you work with young musicians in training who still have that, that young gleam in their eye, that keeps you young too. I mean, I think we're all, in this particular orchestra, we're all wired that same way, that we get as much from them as they give to us.
That's wonderful. Well, I'm so glad you joined me this afternoon. Thank you for taking time out.
Pleasure.
Have a wonderful concert, and we'll see you out there.
Look forward to it.
Thank
you very much, Michelle.
We're backstage here at the Plymouth Philharmonic's French Collection concert, and I have Jonathan Lamb here. He's the music director for Bays, which is the youth symphony orchestra that is playing with the Philharmonic today, and all of the students that are going to get to enjoy this wonderful music. Thanks for joining us, Jonathan.
Thank you for having me.
It's so great to have this opportunity for the kids that are playing with Bays.
Yeah, it is a wonderful, wonderful experience. For a lot of the Plymouth Philharmonic players, they started in a program like Bays, where they started to develop their skills and develop their talent and develop their devotion and love for music. And that transcended into later on when now they're professional players. So students at Bays are getting a taste of that tonight. And I think it's a great opportunity that happens alongside Bays with the Plymouth Phil. It's a great, great opportunity to play professional professional literature. This is not an arranged version. It is the version that the Plymouth Phil would play by themselves.
I felt like I needed to be playing, but at the same time I could sit and enjoy everything that they were doing. It's just really amazing.
What a wonderful opportunity to be able to shadow those musicians like that.
Absolutely.
Were the musicians around you, were they all clarinet players as well?
Yes, I had the two that were from the Philharmonic were sitting to my left, and then the rest were bass players. So.
Sitting with their jaw dropped, right?
Yeah, of course. Yep.
That's great.
The cello part isn't too difficult, but it's like perfect where it is, and it just sounds so good with the rest of the orchestra, especially the violins and their part, so I really like it.
The Bay Youth Symphony and Plymouth Philharmonic Orchestra in their upcoming concerts in May. This is Michelle McGrath at Plymouth's Memorial Hall for PCN's Arts and Entertainment News.
Well, hi folks, this is Ed Thorne, Town Administrator in Pembroke, giving you a preview of next month's activities, which will be highlighted by the annual town meeting and the special town meeting within the annual. Basically, the annual town meeting will consist of 27 articles, which will include the budget for FY14 and several articles that are requesting equipment ranging from generators in the library and at the Public Works Garage to front-end loaders and backhoes for the DPW. In addition, the special within the annual includes a lot of financial housekeeping articles. This is our year-end fiscal rearrangement, so to speak, in which we allocate monies to line items that may have suffered some deficiencies due to unexpected expenses during the year. And also, they'll be funding some union contracts that weren't originally appropriated for. And then, of course, there are always some articles to fund projects that are going to occur during the summer, which includes the algae treatment for Oldham Pond and Furnace Pond, in addition to the hydrilla weed treatment for Havamock Pond. So those items are things that sometimes are unexpected, that are expected, but we wait until late spring to fund these for the summer. So we're hoping that all of you attend the annual town meeting, which is scheduled for April 23rd at the Pembroke High School, and we start the festivities at 7:30. Our quorum is 150, so we hope you will all attend.
Thanks for watching this week's PACTV Community News. The replay times are listed on our website, pactv.org. Click on the PCN logo to watch individual stories or an entire program.
See us on YouTube by searching for the PACTV Community News channel. And be sure to like us on Facebook to receive previews each week with links to all our stories.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week on PACTV Community News.